X is written and directed by Ty West, his return to horror. His last film was 2016's In the Valley of Violence, and so it's nice to see him back to his horror roots. This film follows a group of adult film stars who are filming a porn in 1979 in the middle of nowhere. They rent a guest house from an old couple but don't tell them that they're filming a porn on their property, and that night, shit gets bloody. And I just want to say, once again, thank you so much, truly, to everyone who has pledged for our Shelby Oaks Kickstarter. We have crossed 500,000. Last I looked, we crossed 550,000. We still have that stretch goal of 600,000, and so many things open to us at that goal. With each passing day, all of you are making our film better. I am so, so grateful to everyone who has continued to pledge for this Kickstarter. This film is a dream of mine, and you guys are making that a reality. If you would like to learn more about the Kickstarter, the link for that is in the description below. Every little bit helps. Thank you so much. You still have a little bit of time before the Kickstarter ends on March 26th. If you are interested in helping us with this film, thank you. So I was so excited to see this movie. I didn't even look at the plot. I didn't even know what it was about. I just knew Ty West was making it, and that it had something to do with the adult film industry in some capacity. Had no idea about the era. I knew Mia Goth obviously was in the movie, but like nothing else. And so I sat down tonight very excited to see whatever it was he was going to give me. And what I got was a very old school slasher movie, which I loved. In so many ways, it really does feel like Friday the 13th. You know, like you have somebody who's like, I'm just going to go and check out what's happening out there. Okay, bye. And they run out and they're not coming back. You fucking know. Like, but West elevates the shit out of this material. It's an A24 film, and that's kind of becoming what they're known for in a way. They take stories that could be typical genre fare in someone else's hands, and they say, all right, what if we just kind of, the term elevated horror that not everybody likes, what if we just kind of rose it up a little bit and put some effort into this more so than others would? I think that's how I view that term, because I also don't really like the term, because you're essentially saying that not all horror is at a certain level, you know? Only some can be elevated and special, whereas these other ones, no, they're bottom of the barrel garbage. That's sort of the mentality that some people have of that term. And so it can kind of, you know, raise some eyebrows, especially in the industry. People aren't big fans of it. Even people who are known for elevated horror hate that that title has been assigned to them. It's kind of like how James Wan has mentioned in the past, he really did not like the idea of being referred to as the inventor of torture porn with Saw. I think if you really want to boil that down into one thing, a studio like A24 is saying, we like something that other people might consider stereotypical or cliche or the same old, and why don't we really put some money into the art department and the production design and the cinematography and the lighting and actually just, you know, treat this like all the other fucking studios should. Other studios are like, that's elevated horror. And I'm like, no, that's what you could have if you gave a shit about your fucking material like A24. The film is sufficiently creepy as fuck. There's a lot of visuals and editing choices that are off-putting, to say the least. And it's gory. There's blood, and I liked it. But I also really like the idea that the primary creative force behind the porn film that is being shot in the movie is like, we're gonna make the world's first great porn film. Like, it's gonna be really good and artsy, and people are gonna respect us. And he's actually really trying to, like, you know, spice it up. And everyone around him is like, they just want to see us naked. Like, you don't get it, man. Which leads me to the fact that this movie is actually pretty fucking hilarious. There are some deaths that happen, which I of course won't spoil, that I found very funny. Most of them are pretty scary and fucked up, but there's one in particular towards the end that is just a great misdirect. The film also just looks amazing, and the sound design is really, really good. The very subtle crickets and insects of this farm life, you hear that, you feel like you're there. There's enough time between shots where West really just lets a shot go, or he's panning across a field for an extended period of time, or a very tense aerial above a pond. Like, you really feel like you're there. The soundscape of the movie is fucking great. And the entire cast is very good. And there's some effective prosthetics. Like there's a character in the movie where the whole time I was like, is that? Yep, it is. Okay. That's weird. Why is that? And be sure you stay through the credits because there is something at the end. There were a few things about the movie that left me a little confused, but I think that subsequent rewatches will help, as well as the prequel that has already been shot. And so I'm very excited to see what else he's got up his sleeve with this strange new horror franchise. That's so fucking cool. Just make your own IP and just say, fuck it, let's do it. I love that because there's a few reveals towards the end where you're just kind of like, wait a second. Does this film have the answers? Or do I have to wait for the prequel for the answers? Because there's a few things that leave you sort of in a state of like, I'm not 100% on what that means. In some respects, I really love that. And it actually makes it scarier when you're sort of like, wait, what the fuck? But then in other respects, I would like to know a few things. When it really comes down to it, X is an effective throwback to a certain kind of movie, something that Wes did very well with House of the Devil. And he does it very well again here. I think this is probably my favorite of his movies. And if you're interested in seeing an old-fashioned 1970s, 80s-esque slasher movie while people are shooting a porn, go check it out. It's probably going to satisfy you. But it also leaves you with a few things to think about, which is always really nice. So check out X. I think it's worth your time. And once again, thank you so much to everyone that has continued to pledge for our Shelby Oaks Kickstarter. We are making history. We already have. We have become the most funded horror film of all time on Kickstarter, and there are still multiple days left, but we really do need your help to make this film as good as I would like to make it. I really want to put a lot of money into the art department on this movie and make the best looking movie that I can. And I can't do that without you guys. We need your help, and I'm so grateful for every bit of generosity that you continue to show. Every little bit helps. I've said this in the past, but even just $1 is going to go on that fucking screen. So thank you so much, guys. Truly, that link is in the description below. I hope you guys enjoy the film whenever it's done. But yeah, check out X. I think it's pretty cool. I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you so much, as always, for watching. And if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.